Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shemal Thumb Bashem Yahshua to all the sisters. Today is Saturday night scripture breakdown class. This is No Cowards Canada. All right, make sure you're tuned in. You're locked in with us on YouTube, Facebook, I.S.U.P.K Quebec, No Cowards Canada. All right, we're just starting live right now. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And with me today, I got Priest and Officer 1000 Adiyar. Let's clap it up for that priest.
Hey, Shalom, Israel, Yahweh Shabbat.
Khan. We got Officer 500 Barak Ya'ala out of Montreal. Let's clap it up for that priest. All right, and shortly we'll have Officer 1000 Zabadia tuning in. All right. Again, every Saturday night, this is our scripture breakdown. If you're a brother or sister in Canada, you want to join our school, make sure that you tune into this class. This class is very important. All right, every Saturday night at 8 o'clock till 10 p.m. Make sure you tune in with us. We're going to get the sign-in links in the chat. And before we end the class, make sure you hit those sign-out links, all right? So today, we got an interesting topic. We got a good topic like we do as always. All right. The topic for today is if you follow Christ, you shouldn't celebrate birthdays. Understand? Which is such a funny topic because it's a lot like that title itself, Salakia, Officer Adiyar, correct me if I'm wrong, but do you know any Christian that doesn't celebrate their birthday?
Salakia, every Christian celebrate their birthdays.
That's right.
Salakia, they celebrate their birthday inside of the church.
That's right. Damn right. Damn right. And so, if you're tuned in with us, right, you wanna learn why we're saying what we're saying, right? Challenge us. All right. This class we're gonna bring out a bunch of precepts in the Bible, the I.S.U.P.K. We are the home of the truth. We claim to know the full Bible. There's no other place on earth that knows this Bible. You understand? We are the priests and prophets of the Lord, and we are telling you that birthdays are against God. So if you follow Christ, why are you celebrating birthdays? You understand?
Right.
Christians celebrating birthdays. The scriptures say, prove all things. Prove why celebrating birthdays is following Christ. Prove why you should celebrate birthdays, because every pastor I know, just like Officer Adiyar said, they're celebrating birthdays right in the church. Right? So this is a beautiful class to tune into. All right. Again, if you're a brother or sister who wants to join the school, make sure you hit those sign-out links. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. All right, and let's get right into our topic. Salakia, if I could just start this out right off the top, let's get right into what Satan is celebrating.
Right.
Right.
Salakia, priest, if I may, before you go in there. Like a lot of Christian, you understand, like as Christian, as people that's following God, one thing that we have to do is to see everything that we used to do and everything that we are doing. Is it according to the Bible? Is it with the Bible? Or is it against the Bible? That's one thing that Christians do not do. Christians do not do exactly the research about, you understand, what they celebrate. Christians do not do the research about, you understand, Mother Days, about, you understand, the Easter that they celebrate, Christmas, Halloween, you understand, and so on and so on. Christians do not do exactly the research behind everything. And us in the UPK, under Commander John YAHANNA, we do exactly that research. And this is why, you understand, we come towards you with the evidence and show you exactly, you understand, that these are the things that we should be doing, and these are the other things that we should not do. You understand? But the thing is, it's not everybody that's going to be willing, you understand, to sacrifice what they used to follow and follow Christ. If you prove me wrong, because we have the Christian church, like I said earlier, you understand? Christians celebrate their birthdays inside of the church. There was a pastor, you understand, that came out, you understand, with this story. All the tithes money, you understand, that Christians are paying inside of the church. Those pastors take the tithes money, celebrate each other's birthday. That you could look this up. You can look this up, you understand? Those preachers, you understand, take that tithe money that you're giving, thinking is for God, thinking is gonna help, you understand, God's people, you understand, or whatever your religion. But these preachers are actually, you understand, celebrating each other's birthday, betting on their birthdays. That's what they do with their, you understand, with your money. You understand? Meanwhile, celebrating your birthday is against the Bible. It's against Christ. If you celebrate your birthday, you do not follow Christ. If you celebrate, can you hear me?
Oh God.
Come
If
on.
you celebrate your birthday, you do not follow Christ. You do not love Christ. You do not love the Most High. You don't love God. Why? Because celebrating your birthday is against God. You understand? It is against the Most High. It is against the Bible. You understand? And that goes, we could go back all the way, just into Christmas. Christmas is about what, Akim?
So like,
That's like the other
Go
one.
ahead, please. Uh, also, I want to let also Barakela go ahead. All right.
So like it's about the worship of Nimrod.
Yeah, but what is it? What is it really about? Like when you have Christmas, what do people have? They don't think about Nimrod in the church. What do they think about?
So like
Oh,
they think they
hold on, hold on,
celebrate.
hold on, hold on, please, hold on, please. Also, Shawan,
That's like the other one. Christians say that they're celebrating the birth of Jesus.
the what?
You understand? They say they're celebrating the birth of Jesus, and all
They celebrate the birthday of Christ, of Yahweh, Yahushua, Mashiach Yahushua, Jesus Christ. This is what Christians think they celebrate, the birthday of Christ. Meanwhile, when you know the Bible, Christ wasn't born on December the 25th. We know that. Also, Barakah know that, and that's what he was about to bring out. But the thing is, they follow understand Christ's birthday supposedly. Yet the Bible tells you should not celebrate your birthday. Celebrating your birthday is against Christ. Oh, you think I'm lying? Well, Officer Shawan, go ahead with what you had, because maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, right, Officer Shawan? Maybe I don't know, you understand? Like, yeah, well, what are you talking about birthdays? You understand? But we should not celebrate a birthday and give thanks. This is a birthday, Officer Shawan, Officer Barkala. This is a birthday. This is the way day, you understand? God made put us, you understand, on this earth. So we should celebrate it. Go ahead, Officer Shawan, with what you have.
concept, right? So I'm gonna get right into the good stuff. This is for all you Christians, right? Claim to love Jesus, claim to love God, and I know all of you guys are spooked out about Satan. You guys are spooked out about those demons chasing after you, right? Lord knows you don't go around saying that you worship Satan. Well, this book that we're about to get into, right?
Hmm.
This is right from the Satanist Bible itself. This is the Satanic Bible. Let me pull this up on my screen.
Hmm.
All right, and so it's lucky. Of course, I ain't wasting my money buying this book, but right, the water Yahweh, why y'all was shy that we got Google, we can pull up these PDFs because we can read right from the book, right
Come,
off the internet. Right?
come.
I got my share. Yeah, let me pull this up. Let me make this bigger. And so this is an internet archive. Understand? This is the Internet Archive of
Okay.
Books.
Okay.
Archive, Slaki. Right? And Slaki, what does it say, Brock Yalla? Can you read that?
Yeah.
God, God, we got the Satanic Bible itself right here. Right? And so
And Salaka, before you go any further, priest. And this is one thing that we do in the UPK. You see the title over here? Birthday of Satanic. I don't know if y'all could see it. Can y'all see it?
yes.
La.
La,
Hey, Shalom, Akim, Yahweh, Shemir,
Damn,
Shabbat,
damn.
Katha.
yeah, about Shema
Shalom,
Shabbat.
priest. Y'all, what's up? Can y'all see it right now? It's all in red up there.
Concert.
All right. Nevertheless, the title of this after this is the book that Officer Shy One is about to read. We do our research, and not only that, you understand? We make notebooks. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Bible. This is how the Bible was written, right? This is how we wrote our records. You understand? We do our research and we write it down. We put it down, you understand, in notes. Understand? Which means what? My kids are gonna have this.
Right.
Officer Barakala kids gonna have this. Officer Shy One, Officer Zabaji kids are going to have this when they shut down their internet. Why? Because this is exactly what we do in the UPK, man. Also, as Shy One said something earlier, study, right? Prove what you're saying.
Right.
Prove what you're saying, and so you understand. We could see if you're telling the truth or not. So that you understand. This what also Shy One is about to read. We have it right here. Take notes. You understand? Not you understand for everybody that's not in UPK. This is what the UPK does, man. Let's go, also Shy One. So like.
Concert, no sweat. Right. So we're gonna get right into the good stuff. This is on page. I'm not sure the exact page if you have the Satanic Bible.
Page 96.
Yeah, page 96 in the Satanic Bible. I think that's the 1979 version.
Con. 1969.
Con. Right on page 96, it gets into religious holidays. Understand? Religious holidays. What's a holiday? That's a holy day. That's a set apart day. Understand? Something that is different, set apart. Something that's the Satanists, they put it on high. They put it on a pedestal. This is important for Satanists. Understand? Following this Bible, following this doctrine. Understand? This is something extremely important to them. And so on page 96, what does it read? Salaki. Let me make that a little bigger. Right? It says religious holidays. The highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth.
Woo! Also, Shy One, what are you saying? It's like it.
It says the highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth.
Wait. Also, Shy One, like you are you telling me like you understand the highest holiday, you understand like forget Christmas, forget Halloween, forget you understand like Easter. Easter, you understand? Everybody go crazy for Easter. We have, you understand? We have a day off for Easter, but your birthday is like the highest holiday, and according to you understand, amongst all of them.
Concert.
Damn. So now I understand why the Canada give us, you understand, the day off for our birthday, and you understand a paid day as well. So now I think I understand now.
Concert. And Salaki, if I
Yes.
could, really quick, if I'm not mistaken, arguably the most important holiday according to the Most High is the Passover.
Mm.
You're a Christian. You read through that Bible. The Passover should be the most important holiday.
Okay.
You understand? I don't know any Christians celebrating Passover,
They don't.
but I definitely know Christians celebrating their birthdays.
They do.
All right? It says, this is in direct contradiction of the holy of holy days of other religions, which defy or which deify a particular God who has been created in an anthropomorphic form.
Like, before you go any further, please, also share one. Why is it a contradiction, or anybody out there? You know what I'm saying? All the brothers out there. Why is it a contradiction to the holy of holy days? Why is it a direct contradiction? Why is it?
Salaki, how do I?
Go ahead.
Are you asking what is a direct contradiction, or what is the contradiction?
Why is it a direct contradiction according to the other holidays of the holiest of the holiest holidays? Why is your birthday a direct contradiction?
So Salaki, if I may, it's because you're not supposed to put any other gods before the God of your religion.
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. I don't think you was gonna have that. Understand? But I know you season and everything. Why? Because all the holiest of holiest holidays are about what or who? Those holy holidays that we find in the Bible, we find in the church, right? They are supposedly in the church, right? But as us, as being in the UPK under coming General YAHANNA, those holidays that we follow, they are about whom or what?
Salakia, Ariyar, are you asking the holidays, the high holy days, or the Christian church holidays?
No, the high holidays.
So you're asking who? Can you repeat the question, Babu Kasha?
All right. Let me read this phrase again. All right. This is in direct contradiction to the holy of holy days. Why is it a contradiction from the holy of holy days?
So you're asking why is celebrating your birthday a contradiction to the holy of holy? The holy
Yeah,
of
come,
holy?
come. The real holy holidays, the real days that are holy. Why is it celebrating your birthday is a contradiction to that?
If I may,
Of course, please.
part of the answer is just like how Officer Shariwan said, we're not supposed to have any other gods. Also, a birthday, most people, when they celebrate their birthday, it's a very selfish day and they make themselves God. They try to make themselves God of everything on that day.
Okay, come. But the holiest of holy days that we follow is about what?
So I'm not sure because I've never heard our high holy days called the holiest of holidays.
Okay. The holiday, the holidays that we follow, they are about what? Go ahead, please.
So our holidays would be about obedience to the Most High. They're celebrating what
Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. What the Most High wants, in other words, right? So this is what the Most High wants: is to us to follow the Passover. Is for us to follow the first fruit. Is for us to follow, all the feasts in Leviticus chapter 23. We follow those holidays, or those special days, because that is the Most High desires. Well, the birthday is contrary to that, because this is not what the Most High desires. Do you understand that, Akim? You understand? This is what it's saying. There's a contradiction, you understand, on the highest of all holy days. Of course, they're not gonna say, you understand, the day of the Most High, the feast days. They're gonna say, you understand, it is the holiest of all holy days. You understand? This is what you should keep: the laws of the Bible. You understand, the feast of the Bible, not your birthday. And your birthday come in contradiction with that. Why? Because your birthday is about your damn self. The laws of the Bible, the feast that we follow, is about what God wants. Meanwhile, you follow exactly what you want about you. Forget the brother, you understand, that's born in the same day as you, that is homeless. You forget about, you understand, that same brother that is born the same date as you. Meanwhile, it ain't even, you understand. Matter of fact, he wasn't even born.
Right.
The mother, you understand, just stripped him off, you understand, from the womb. You forgot about those children, you understand, that was born on the same day, and you understand, they were born, they didn't even get to see the light. You forget
Right.
about them. You don't
Right.
care about them. You understand? You don't give a damn about another soul, you understand, another child, except your goddamn self. And this is why, you understand, it's in a direct contradiction with the Bible, because the Bible is not about our damn self. Celebrating the Passover is not about me. It's not about you. It's about all of us. It's about the fact that the Most High deliver us, you understand, from the end of the Egyptians. It has nothing to do with with the day I was born. It has nothing to do for the fact, you understand, I'm in this truth today. But it has exactly everything to do, because all of us were in slavery in Egypt, and God saved us. Meanwhile, your birthday is exactly about you and you only. You don't give a damn and give a F about anybody else. You understand? That's why I say it's in direct contradiction, because all the feasts in the Bible is not about us. You understand? I believe there's a feast, you understand, after the sister Esther, right? Am I right?
Right.
Am I right, Akim? So is
No.
that feast about, you understand, during the time of Esther, you understand? Like, is it about me? Is it about you?
Last.
Lie.
La. Well, your birthday is, Christians. Your birthday is about you and you only. You don't give a damn about that child, you understand, that was born the same day as you, or that came out of the mother wombs. Meanwhile, it ain't come alive. He was dead when it came out. That's his birthday too. You understand? That's when it's in the light. And we know also, as being in the truth, we know also that a child is not born, you understand? When a child is born, is not when he was made. The child is alive in the womb.
Right.
The child is alive in conception. You have sex with that woman. You understand? You have sex with that woman, and that sperm, it that eggs and everything. And there's Akim, you could look this up. Anybody could look this up, right? There's a video that they have. You could look this up on YouTube, right? Once the sperm hit the egg, there's an electrical spark that happens. Life start right there in conception. That's the real birthday of that child.
Yeah.
That child is born right there. When that you understand, that sperm go inside the egg and you see the electrical spark, the life goes in. Oh, that's when that child is born, because that child is alive in the woman's stomach. You understand? That child come out. You understand? And they say, well, that's his birthday. That child been alive for 9 months. I can understand. We don't want to deal with that, and nobody want to deal with that. Why? Because they want to, you understand, promote abortion. That child is not born, you understand, that doesn't come out the womb. Well, that child is not alive. That's what they put in them behind the mind. Meanwhile, that child was alive for 9 months. You was growing for 9 months in your woman, in your mother's stomach. You were alive. So the hell about birthdays, man. When I come out, you understand? Some children don't even do the 9 month. Some children go 8 months, 7 months. You understand? Some children go even 10, 11 months. You understand? It is in direct contradiction. Why? Because you were alive already, you understand, ever since conception. And not only that, birthday is about you, the worship of your damn self. If I'm lying, Officer Shawan, go ahead.
Concert. It says this is in direct contradiction to the holy of holy days of other religions, which
Mhm.
deify a particular god.
Which does what?
Deify a particular god.
Damn. So you mean to tell me, like, you understand, when we celebrate birthdays, right? You are putting somebody as a god? Is that what you just read?
Concert.
Damn. We used to celebrate our birthday back in the days, like him. We celebrated other people's birthday, you know what I'm saying, back in the world. So we were putting those people as God. You outside of UPK and celebrate birthday, you are putting somebody else as God. And you can as for you Christian, you cannot say, well, I only love God and God only. Now you cannot say that. I mean, the person do you celebrate birthday? Yeah, they're gonna say yes. Do you celebrate your friend's birthday? They're gonna say yes. Well, your friend is your God. No, my friend is not my God. Yes, your friend is the goddamn God. Anybody else, yes, you celebrate their birthdays. I said the birthday of Martin Luther King, the birthday of this, the birthday of that. That those are your gods. And this is why it is important, you understand what Christ say. You worship, you know not what. You don't know what you're worshiping. You don't know exactly, you understand, if the worship of, you understand, if celebrating the birthdays or the worship is the worship of somebody else. You do not know that because why? You worship and you don't even know what you're worshiping. You don't even know what worshiping is. You understand? Go ahead, also Sharon Salah.
Concert. It says which deify a particular god who has
Hmm.
been created in an anthropomorphic form of their own image.
Hmm. What does that mean? What does that mean, Hakim?
Salaki Adawan. It means, if I may, it says it means like you're creating this person as a god in your mind.
Hmm. Yes, it is saying that. And in other words, also, it is saying the fact that you celebrate, you understand, those other people's birthday, you put them as a god. And the gods, like when you go, we could use that, you understand, like we could use that with the precept, you understand, that said the gods of the nation are idols, right? Yeah, I know this precept, I can,
Come on, concert.
you understand? So the gods of the nation are nothing but idols. You understand why? Because these gods were men, were human beings back in the days. And they use that human being because of renown, because of, you understand, that was the wealthiest man. That was Jay-Z. That was you understand, that was like somebody famous back in the days. You understand? So they use those type of person, you understand, as gods and celebrating those gods as well. You understand? So this is what it's talking about. Like we use, you understand, like those people as God and we celebrate their birthday. This is where birthday come from. You understand? This is when you go in the other nations and you see exactly that. The birthday of Nimrod, which is December 25th, has nothing to do with Christ, Hamashiach Yahushua, but it has everything to do with Nimrod because Nimrod was born around the time of December 25th, according to secular history. You understand? Go ahead, Officer Shawn. So like,
Come on, concert. It says thereby showing that the ego is not really buried.
hmm, right.
The Satanist feels, why not really be honest? And if you are going to create a God in your image, why not create the God as yourself?
Hmm. If you're gonna create a God in your own image, which means what? Every other God that you see out there, you understand? Or false God, if I may. You understand? Every other false god in all of these religion, Allah, you understand? What is a false god out there? I can Buddha, thought to water. That was the one in my mind. You read my mind, appreciate. And then Buddha, you understand? All these other gods, you understand, false God, were all people that we worship and put up, you understand, on the pedestal, right? Well, the Satanists, they are saying, well, instead of doing that, put yourself on a pedestal. Put yourself as a God. Put yourself as you understand, deserve worship, deserve, you understand, alms and everything. That's what the Satanists are saying. Good, Officer Shaman.
Come on, come. Every man is a god if he chooses to.
What?
Every man is a god if he chooses to recognize himself as
Well, go ahead, go ahead. Recognize yourself of what?
recognize himself as one.
So, Officer Shaman, you don't have to celebrate, you understand, and worship Allah. You don't have to worship Buddha. You don't have to worship Zeus. You won't have to worship, you understand, the white, you understand, Caesar Borgia. You don't have to worship them. You are God as them. You are a deity.
God.
You understand? You are a deity. You understand? You understand the gods. You understand that everybody should fear. This is a Freemason ideology as well. You understand? When you study Freemasonry, this is a Freemason ideology, which is exactly the same ideology in the Satanist church, and this is exactly the same ideology in the Christian church. Understand? Go ahead.
It reads, so the Satanist celebrates his own birthday as the most important holiday of the year. After all, aren't you happier about the fact that you were born than you are about the birth of someone you have never even met? Or for that matter, aside from religious holidays, why pay higher tribute to the birthday of a president or to a date in history than we do to the day we were brought into this greatest of all worlds?
You understand? Like, why would you care about somebody else instead of yourself? Which is to what a piece, which is exactly a selfish ideology. Also, you understand? And this is what happened when you celebrate your birthday. Just like I stated earlier, you understand? You don't give a damn about these other people. You understand? That were born on the same days as you, and that person might be, you understand, homeless. That person might be, you understand, that person was born and didn't even seen the light and just died afterwards. They didn't get to live the life that you live. You don't give a damn about those people. All you give a damn about is you and you only. Can we
Right.
be like that? You understand? Can we be like that if we care about our people? If I care about my people, if I care about you, brother, can I be just like what it is about me and me and myself, me, myself, and I, just like, you know what I'm saying, that them prostitute or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, say,
La.
I cannot be like that because it is about as much as it is about me, it is about you. Matter of fact, it is about you more than it is about me. You understand? That's what real brotherhood is about. That's what real sisterhood is about. So if you care about your birthday and the fact that you were born, you won't celebrate your birthday because you think about another person that was born on the same day as you, and that's less fortunate than you. Matter of fact, some of them came out of the womb the same day and just died. Some of them were aborted, you understand, on the same day that you were born. Do you care about those people? Do you care about those brothers and sisters? No, you don't. You understand? Meanwhile, your birthday is about deifying you. You understand? It's about putting you as a god. You understand? Putting you as somebody, you understand, that deserve worship. That's what, when you celebrate your birthday in the club and everything. and you have everybody celebrating your birthday and dancing around, they are worshiping you, Christian. They don't worship God at that point. They worship you.
Salakia, if I
You
may.
understand? Of course, priest.
Like, what's interesting, like Officer Adiyar, you got to get out my head because I was gonna say like some of these sisters who have multiple abortions are celebrating the day they were born and their children aren't born, right? But aside from that, when you look throughout the scriptures, you look throughout the 1611 KJV, right, which is the book that we read in the ISUPK because it's the closest translation to the old, right, to the Hebrew and the Greek. You find out that
Mhm.
anytime they really mention someone celebrating their birthday, someone is always dying, right? From Pharaoh
Uh,
killing his servants to Herod killing John the Baptist. Like someone is always dying. There's never
God,
a birthday party. Like Abraham didn't even have a birthday party for his firstborn son, right?
God,
Or he didn't have a party for Isaac either, right? But
God.
you always see that in the Bible, someone's just always dying. It's a tragic event, especially for Israelites. And now anybody in the world, just ask yourself all the reflect on your life and think about all the horrible things that were happening around your birthday or just after your birthday or all the time you spent all the rent money on a stupid party that no one showed up to. No one even cared about.
God, God. You understand? What you're saying is the truth, you understand? And this is where you understand we go from there, you understand? Like celebrating our birthday is not something that we should follow. Matter of fact, the Satanists say it is one of the highest holidays for the Satanists. Also, Shawan, do you have more on that?
Concert.
Let's go.
It says, despite the fact that some of us may not have been wanted, or at least were not particularly planned, we're glad, even if no one else is, that we're here.
So like read that part again, Bubba Question.
Good night. Concert. Despite the fact that some of us may not have been wanted, or at least were not particularly planned, we're glad, even if no one else is, that we're here.
So that's what I was saying earlier. We're glad that no one else is, but we are here. Which means what? They don't give a damn about the other people, you understand, that wasn't born on that day that was supposed to be born on that day. They don't give a damn about abortion. They don't give a damn about, you understand, the millions of black, Hispanics, and Native Indian kids that are being aborted. They don't give a damn about that. It's about me, myself, and I. Just like Beyonce said, right? Just like you understand, those people in the world say, me, myself, and I. What about our people though? What about you understand? Every one of us. You understand? Well, they don't give a damn about that. This is what they're telling you. You understand? It is about myself and myself only. You understand? And this having this type of mentality is the reason why we cannot grow as a people. Why? Because when you look at everybody else, they think about themselves as a people. We think about ourselves as individuals. Well, it is about me. It is about, you understand? Well, you understand? F Officer Barakalam. It is about me only. This is the mentality. Of course, not. It's not gonna be like that in the UPK, of course, right? But you understand? It's just an example. I'm saying. Well, you know what? This is exactly, you understand, how people in the world think. F everybody else. It is about me, myself only. You understand? Some of them will help other people. You understand? Of course. But if that situation brings, you understand, the fact, you understand, they have to sacrifice themselves, then you understand, they won't sacrifice themselves for another brother or another sister. It is about them and themselves only. This is what the Satanists know. You understand? And this is what they, you understand, what is in the Bible. And of course, like you understand, like also the Bible was saying, you understand, every time you see in the Bible somebody celebrating their birthday, somebody was dead afterwards. You understand? Yeah, I could look into Bible for that. But I'm gonna bring y'all, you understand, more history and everything about birthdays. You understand? And y'all gonna see. Also, sure, I want to go ahead.
Come. It says you should give yourself a pat on the back. Buy
You should do
yourself.
what?
Give yourself a pat on the back.
Go
Buy
ahead.
your buy yourself whatever you want. Treat yourself like the king or god that you are.
What is it? Can you read it? Just this one. Go ahead, Officer Shawn.
Come.
No,
And generally
go ahead.
celebrate your birthday with as much
And do
pomp.
what?
And generally celebrate your birthday
Go ahead.
with as much pomp and ceremony as possible.
I mean, when we were in the world, our birthday was the best day of our life, right? I
God.
said, bro, I said, la.
La
I said,
la.
I want to say,
For me,
come, la.
birthdays were horrible.
Yeah, God.
Yeah, but
I feel
no,
sorry, they were
but
horrible.
when we was in the world, when we was well, that depends, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying, how it was in your neighbor, in your life. But for most people, like your birthday, you know what I'm saying, is the best day of your life. This is when everybody bring you gifts, Akim. This is when you go party in the club, you know what I'm saying? I remember like yeah, one of the things in Montreal, right? On your 18th birthday, what happens in Montreal as a man? You get that stripper, you know what I'm saying, dancing on your lap, they bring you to the strip club, you know what I'm saying? Some might even buy you an escort. Even your own father or your own family might buy you an escort, you know what I'm saying? And you think, oh wow, I made it, you know what I'm saying? This is the beginning of life for me. You understand? For most people out there, birthdays are, you know what I'm saying? People cannot, you know what I'm saying, spend 1 year celebrating, you know what I'm saying, all type of, you know what I'm saying, like deviancy and feast and everything. Their birthday is not like that. Their birthday is something that's, you know what I'm saying, that should be like royalty, like wise, you know what I'm saying, royalty, you know what I'm saying, celebrating, you know what I'm saying. Most people, you know what I'm saying, will have that mindset, you know what I'm saying, this is my birthday. Just like that sister, you know what I'm saying, there's a video about a sister, you know what I'm saying, that was celebrating her birthday and brought, you know what I'm saying, like 10 or 13 of her friends. And she was asking her men to pay for all the friends as well. It's my birthday. These are my friends. You pay for all of them as well. Understand? So birthday are supposed to be like something, you understand, like people treat you as royalty. You understand? And that's what Officer Sharon 1 is reading right now. Go ahead, Officer Sharon.
Okay. After one's own birthday, the two major satanic holidays are Walpurgisnacht and Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Saint
Go
Wal
ahead.
Saint Walpurgis or
Mm-hmm.
Walpurga, depending upon the time and area in which one is referring to her, was born in Sussex about the end of the 7th or the beginning of the 8th century,
Mm-hmm.
and was educated at Winborne, Dorset, where after taking the veil she remained for 25 years. She then, at the instance of her uncle Saint Boniface and her brother Saint Wilbad, settled along with them other nuns to found religious houses in Germany.
Go ahead.
Her first settlement was at Biskopfsheim in the Diocese of Mainz, and 2 years later she became abbess of the Benedict nunnery at
All
Heidelberg.
right. You could drop that there. All right. But you know what I'm saying, which means what? The first holiday, you know what I'm saying, for the Satanists are exactly, you know what I'm saying, the first holiday that's above every other day is your own birthday. That's for the Satanists. So for you Christian that celebrate your birthday, are you a Satanist? You understand? Because this is what they celebrate. This is their highest holiday. Why? Because instead of celebrating another God, instead of celebrating the sun god, the moon god, you know what I'm saying, the earth god, you know what I'm saying, Mother Gaia and whatnot. They celebrate their own birthday first. You understand? Why? Because they deify themselves. And this is what the Freemason religion or doctrine shows you, tell you that you are a god and you got to treat yourself as a god. You understand? Which is exactly what Christianity does and those Satanists as well. Also, Brakela, read what you got about questions.
Karawakan is from the Encyclopedia Americana, 1991.
Mhm.
The ancient world of Egypt, Greece, Rome, and Persia celebrated the birthdays of gods, kings, and nobles. The countries of what? The ancient world of Egypt,
Egypt, go ahead.
Greece,
Greece,
Rome,
Rome,
and Persia.
and Persia. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What do these four countries or societies have in common?
It's like the other one.
Mhm.
They're Sodomites.
Yes, the other Africans are Sodomite they're not mentioned as well. So, what do these four societies have in common? Anybody out there?
It's like the other one.
Go ahead.
They enslaved the Israelites.
Give it, man. Say it louder. Say it louder.
They enslaved the Israelites.
You understand? These four society enslaved the Israelites. You understand? The first birthday account in the Bible is found where?
It's like the other one.
Slovakia.
Mhm. Not the location in the Bible, the description, not the book, but the location.
It's like the other one.
Mhm.
In Egypt, the Pharaoh's
Egypt,
birthday.
Egypt. You understand? Egypt. So you understand? Though this is what they're telling you. You understand? Egypt again. Go ahead. Where else?
Greece,
Greece,
Rome,
Rome,
and Persia
and Persia
celebrated the birthdays of gods, kings, and nobles.
celebrating the birthday of God, kings, and nobles. You were a God, you understand, when they celebrated your birthdays. You were somebody in a high place. You were somebody elevated. You understand? And this is the culture of birthdays, man. Is this the culture of the Israelite? La. Did they celebrate the birthday of the Israelite that were the captive? La. This is why you got to go in the roots of all things. I know you want to celebrate your birthday this year. I know you take yourself, your birthday is the highest of all holidays. But you understand, I know you're gonna say, well, the Bible is from the Greeks, the Bible is from the Romans. White people wrote the Bible. Well, right, white people gave you birthday celebration. Why you celebrate your birthday then? Why? You understand? Meanwhile, you're not gonna answer why, because you gotta celebrate your birthday. You gotta be, you know what I'm saying, deified. You gotta be like, you know what I'm saying, like a god. You've been waiting all years, you know what I'm saying, just to be like a god. It is all about you. You understand? Is there more? You understand? Good. Anybody want to say something? What a piece.
So Slovakia, if I may,
Right, please.
I was just gonna say, like a lot of people celebrate their birthdays. If I was to answer the question that you just asked, they celebrate their birthdays because it makes them feel good, right? A lot of people do
Exactly.
horrible things that make them feel good, even though they know it goes against the same Bible that they say they believe
Exactly. You understand? It makes them feel good. Why? Because they have to be like a god also, Zabadia. You
in.
understand?
Right.
This is in the book, you understand, The Law of Birthdays by Ralph and Adeline Linton. Mesopotamia and Egypt, the cradle of civilization, were also the first lands in which were remembered and honored their birthdays. Mesopotamia and Egypt, right? Their keeping of birthdays record was important in ancient times, principally because of a birth date was essential for the casting the of a horoscope. Understand? You believe in your horoscope? Well, you got to track your birthdays and everything, right? This is in the World Book Encyclopedia 3-416. The early Christians did not celebrate is Christ's birthday because they considered the celebration of anyone's birth to be a pagan custom. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that, Akim?
Cool.
So, you understand? This is in the encyclopedia. You understand? They didn't celebrate nobody's birthday. Why? Because it is a pagan custom. Why you celebrate your birthday today, Christians? Oh, you think you say you follow Christ. You say you love Christ. Why you celebrate your birthday? This is why you got to go in the roots of all things. Everything that you see, you understand? Like this world is like thousands of years old, right? So everything that we do today was done back in the day. Search and find out, you understand, the roots of all things, and you're gonna find out exactly, you understand, what you're doing. Matter of fact, let's go in another book, you understand. We're gonna give you a receipt. I just read the World Book Encyclopedia, right? Let's go in Josephus against Opium 11-26. The Jews in Christ's days knew God's attitude towards birthday celebrations. So like, let me read it again. The Jews in Christ's days knew God's attitude towards birthday celebrations. Nay, indeed, the Lord does not permit us to make festival at the births of our children. Whoa, whoa. This isn't just Josephus. You understand? This isn't Josephus, you understand? Against Opium 11:26. Let me read it again, Christians. The Jews in Christ's days, in the time of Christ, knew God's attitude towards birthday celebrations. They knew what God, you understand, wanted, you understand, and didn't want. They knew God's feeling towards birthdays. Nay, which means no. Indeed, of course, the law does not permit us to make festivals at the births of our children. We're not supposed to celebrate our birthday, Akim. We're not supposed to celebrate our birthdays, man. This is not our custom. This is Egyptian custom. This is just that Sumerian custom. This is Babylonian custom. This is just that Moabite custom. This is the other nation custom. Meanwhile, we have our own custom. We have a custom where we don't defy another brother or another sister. Of course, we'll show that brotherhood to the extent, you understand, to the best of our abilities, you understand, to the end of our life. But we're not
Right.
gonna deify you, though. You understand? We're not gonna put you as a god, though. You understand? Because we have one God. You understand? The one of the first law is what? Shema Yasharala. Yahweh Alanawa Yahweh Akkad. O Israel, Yahweh, you understand? Is one God, man.
Right.
Understand? Our God is one. We don't have two gods. We don't have three gods. We have one God, man. And this is why we're not gonna celebrate nobody's birthdays, man, in the UPK. We love that brother to death. We love that sister to death. But we're not gonna celebrate each other's birthday, man. Because this is the pagan custom. And that's in the records as well. This is an history. You understand? Should I get more? Let's get more. The World Book Encyclopedia. Matter of fact, let me drop that because we're gonna talk about Christmas. Matter of fact, okay. Encyclopedia Judaica. The celebration of birthday is unknown in tradition in Jewish ritual. You understand? This is the Encyclopedia Judaica. You understand? Which is about the Jews without, you understand, the Jews custom. You understand? Celebrating a birthday is something that is unknown in the Bible. Show me somebody that celebrated the birthday in the Bible. Show it to me. You can never find that out. Why? Because it is against our custom. Matter of fact, let's get more. Let's get more receipt, Akim. You know, you got receipt in the UPK, right? We got to bring receipt to the people out there, right? And these are the things y'all say. If y'all want, if y'all say Akim, if y'all want y'all send the link for these, or y'all send the where you can find it, just holla at me, y'all say, let me know, and I'll send it to you. All right. All right. The International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, page 515. Boromile Josephus refers to Tides celebration, Tides, Titus celebration of his birthday and father's birthday by slaughtering Jewish captive. You understand? So, like, refer to Titus celebration of his birthdays and father's birthdays by slaughtering Jewish captive. This is how they celebrated your birthdays. You know who Titus? Who knows who Titus is? Anybody know who Titus is?
Salaki, if I may.
I'm not sure. I don't know.
Of course, please.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Titus was a Roman. I believe he was
Come
the
on,
son or a
Roman general.
God, he was the son. He was the father of Salakia. We read about him in the Babylon to Timbuktu, like he was
Exactly.
the same man who sacked Jerusalem when we fled into
Exactly.
the east, known as Africa. Salakia.
Exactly. You understand? This is the same Titus. And by celebrating his birthday and his father's birthdays, what did he do? Slaughter our forefathers. That's what they did. You understand? Yeah, I was saying, you understand? In the Bible, well, birthdays come with death. This happened in our history as well. These other nations, when they celebrate our birthday, what did they do? Sacrifice us. You understand? There was a link I was reading about, you understand, like, the kingdom of Dahomey. Dahomey was doing exactly the same thing with our forefathers. You understand? When they celebrated their birthdays or their feasts, they were putting us they were unaliving us. You understand? They were chopping our heads off. That's how they celebrated their birthdays. That's how they celebrated their feast, by slaughtering us. That by slaughtering our forefathers, man.
Right.
Meanwhile, we holding down yourself to the same custom of these other nations. Meanwhile, we celebrate. There's a sister that I was talking to in my slavery. She was like, well, you know what? You guys, you understand, when you start being, you understand, Israelite, you don't celebrate birthdays no more. When I asked her, well, where did the celebration of birthday come from? She just turned around and she like, she couldn't say, I don't know. It is a day, you understand? It is a day to celebrate yourself. I'm like, of course. You understand? But where does it start? Where did it start? You understand? Where is the start of the birthday celebration? No answer. You understand? Because she doesn't know history. She's not in the UPK. And to know, you understand, that these things are what the pagan used to do, what these other nations used to do. And when they did it, they used to slaughter us, you understand? They used to kill us for their birthdays. Matter of fact, what did you understand when you understand who was the leader that was during the time of John the Baptist that killed John the Baptist?
That's lucky, the other one.
That's in the new. Go ahead.
Oh, was that Nicodemus?
During the John the Baptist
Salakia,
when
if I
go ahead, please.
the man who killed John the Baptist at the behest of some, excuse my French, some bitch in the world was Herod. You can find that Matthews 14,
Exactly.
14 to 29.
Most in
So
Christ, most in
Matthew
Christ,
6,
and
14 to 29.
most in Christ. And what was going on during that time when they killed John the Baptist?
Salakia, that during that time they were celebrating the birth, right? I misspoke. So you could find it in two places: Matthew 14, verses
Mhm.
1 to 2, and Mark 6, verses 14 to 29.
Mhm. And what was going on during that time when they killed John the Baptist?
They were celebrating a birthday for
Nah, there
Salakia.
you go. Yeah,
Maybe we should just read the precept.
yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Let's go to that verse. Let's go to that verse so we could see. Sid Bar Strat one, you don't have this with you. Cause I got a lot of receipts about birthdays out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like y'all want to get it, y'all want to get it. You know what I'm saying? The issue about birthdays, you understand, and birthdays in other empires as well. I got all the receipts over here. Just let me know. I'll send it to you. All right.
Concert.
Matter of fact, before you get that, you know what I'm saying? While you get that, before we read that, right? The Catholic Encyclopedia, 1911 edition, published by the Roman Catholic Church. In the scriptures, this is the Catholic Church. Listen good, right? In the scriptures, no one is recorded to have kept a feast or held a great banquet on his birthday, especially Yahweh's birthday. Nobody is known, you understand, in the Bible to have kept, you understand, a banquet or a feast on his own birthdays or Christ's birthday, just to say. It is only sinners. This is in the Catholic Encyclopedia, Akim.
Yeah, yeah.
It is only sinners who make great rejoicing over the day in which they were born into this world. This is game over, right there.
Yeah.
This is in the Catholic Encyclopedia, 1911 edition, published by the Roman Catholic Church. Should I say more? Should I go on about birthdays? You understand? Should I go on, Akim? Because I'm giving you a receipt. You understand? I'm giving you a receipt, you understand, of what these religion, these, you understand, society, these other philosophy knows. You understand? These other churches knows. Meanwhile, they celebrate birthday inside of the church. The Catholic, you understand, the Catholic Church, you understand, know exactly, you understand. This is a pagan custom. Let me read this again for those that didn't hear. The Catholic Encyclopedia, 1911 edition, published by the Roman Catholic Church. In the scriptures, no one is recorded to have kept a feast or held a great banquet on his birthday, quote unquote, Jesus' birthday as well. It is only sinners who make a great rejoicing over the day in which they were born into this world. So that means when you celebrate your birthday, does the Catholic Church know that you are a sinner?
Concert.
You understand? Here you have it, actually. You understand? And this is one topic that we might go in camp, you understand? Like I don't want to say this year, but y'all might have to deal with somebody, you understand, your family, you understand, or in camp about birthdays and everything, you understand? But you understand, y'all gotta have these receipts for them. Sinners celebrate their birthdays. In the UPK, we are not sinners. In the
Right.
UPK, we are perfect men. We are men that follow the most high from A to Z. You understand? We are men that's perfecting ourselves. So we will not celebrate our birthdays. Go ahead and do it in your own time if you're not in the UPK. Of course, you're a sinner anyway. You understand? Let me get more. This Catholic Encyclopedia 1908, Volume 3. Let's go in Christmas a little bit. Christmas was not among the earliest festival of the church, which means what? Those people, you understand, that celebrate Christmas today, the old church, the first church during the apostles, they didn't celebrate Christmas. Why? Just like we read earlier in the encyclopedia, Catholic Encyclopedia 1911, sinners worship birthdays. Just like Officer Shaw 1 just read, you understand, read earlier. You understand? The Satanists celebrate their own birthdays. You are not a Satanist, man. You say you love Christ, stop celebrating your birthday. It is easy as that. You understand? It is easy as that. Matter of fact, let me go in and let me give you more receipt. I got even more receipt, but I don't want to have time to, you understand, just put it, you understand, for all of y'all, you understand, and everything. International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, Caesarea, Titus, here celebrated the birthday of his brother Domitian by setting 2,500 Jews to fight with beasts in the amphitheater. You understand? Y'all understood what I just said? The same Titus that we just read earlier, right? That same Titus, the same Titus that was, you understand, that in 70 AD, we had to escape Jerusalem and go, you understand, in Africa to escape, you understand, the abomination that was going on down, going, you understand, over there. In the International Standard Bible Encyclopedia, another Bible encyclopedia, right? In Caesarea, you understand, Titus here celebrated the birthday of his brother Domitian by setting 2,500 Jews to fight with beasts in what you call arena today. The same arena where you play football, you play hockey, you play, you understand, what else? Basketball, you understand? Titus put 2,500 Jews to fight with beasts, with lions, with tigers, with bears. That's how he celebrated his birthday, by putting us to death. Understand? That's how the white man celebrate his birthday as well. Those that, you understand, that they have those the leaders, I won't say the leaders, but the owners of these leagues, of those leagues, you understand, that's basketball leagues and everything. They celebrate their birthdays by seeing each other, you understand, fight each other, and you understand, win over each other, you understand, and everything. That's how they celebrate their birthdays, I can. You understand? It's right there in history, I can. You know what I'm saying? Officer Shaw 1, whatever you else you got, you know what I'm saying, just lay down, you all right? And Officer Zabaja, Officer Zabaja, Officer Barkella, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be quiet a little bit because I've been talking too much, you know what I'm saying, today. You understand? Go ahead, Akim. I give the floor to you.
Colonel Khan says, Salakia, Officer Zabadi, did you want to say anything first? Okay, Salaki, he might be away right now. So,
Salakia, all right, popcorns, man. Also, Zabaja was getting ready, the popcorn ready for class. Salakia. Go ahead, free Salakia. Don't mind me.
Colonel Khan says, Salak, there were two things I wanted to bring up that was just kind of on my mind, and is that one of the things is interesting is, right, just a small note is that I hear so many times Christians when they come against the I.S.U.P.K, so many times these Christians out here are always saying that, you know, the early church fathers never taught what you guys are teaching. The early church fathers never taught that Christ only came for the children of Israel. The early church followers never taught that God only loves the nation of Israel. But the early church fathers said, we're not supposed to celebrate birthdays. Meanwhile, Christians are running around rampant celebrating birthdays. You understand? That's just to show the hypocrisy on the Christian church, Salakia. And then the other thing is that What I thought was so heavy, just as Officer Adiar was going through everything, I don't think Christians understand the importance of serving one another, the importance of not being selfish, the importance of loving another Black, Hispanic, and Native American man and woman. Like, Salaki Baraki Ali, if you could grab Matthew chapter 25, verse me. Matthew 25, maybe start around verse 40. Because Christ specifically was telling us, he was saying, like, no sweat, right? Christ specifically was saying, basically, how do you love me? How do you show your love for me? Right? And as a Christian, right, claiming to be a follower of Christ, you got to ask yourself, like, how do you love Jesus? How do you love God? Because Christ said out his own mouth, those people who, when you visited those other Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in the prisons, when you went to the corner and fed my people, when you went into the ghettos, barrios, and reservations and gave my people clothing, you understand? That's how you love Christ. Meanwhile, that Satanist Bible is saying, when it comes to celebrating your birthday, let's not even worry about the other people. Let's not think about the other people. Let's just focus on ourselves. The day of your birth is the most important thing. Set yourself up as a king, as a god. You understand? Not to worry about another person. And that's exactly what the Christian church is teaching, that selfishness. It's such an evil thing. You understand? It's such an evil thing, and it goes totally against the Most High. Everything you read from beginning to end in this Bible is about serving one another. You understand? Not being a selfish bastard, but looking out for one. You understand? You all want to claim to love Jay-Z so much. Jay-Z, Beyonce, all these different famous artists. But imagine if those people weren't selfish. Imagine if those people weren't raised to put themselves on a pedestal. Imagine if they were raised to give to another Black, Hispanic, or Native American man. You understand? And that's what General YAHANNA teaches as the solution to all the oppression that's going on with us right now. It's brotherhood. You understand? It's looking out for one another. You wonder why we're in the condition we're in, is because we go around as such selfish bastards. You understand? We weren't taught to care about another Black, Hispanic, or Native American man, but just to focus on what's going on with us. You understand? Focus on our retirement. Focus on getting that best job so that we can take care of ourselves. We never think to take care of our nation. You understand? Everything about a birthday is against God. Right?
And you read it earlier. So like also Shawan, you read it earlier, like you're saying the Satanists, you understand? Say this is the highest holiday. This is the holiday, you understand, that is above every other holiday. So how does a Christian, you understand, coincide with that? How does a Christian, you understand, relate to the fact, you understand, that this is the, you understand, the Satanist highest holiday, and I'm gonna do the same thing as them? Understand? I brought you a receipt about, you understand, like what is, you understand, birthday is about, what about the encyclopedia and everything, you understand? They know that, you understand, birthday is against Christ. I brought you those receipts. But what about what Officer Shawan was reading earlier, where he's showing you, you understand, this is the Satanist highest of all holidays. How you gonna be a Christian and be like, you know what? I do the same thing as the Satanists. Satanists don't do what the I.S.U.P.K does. Understand? They don't do like what we do in the UPK, man. But they do what they do what you do, Christian. They celebrate their birthday just like you. You are sickness. It's a lie.
If I could add one more thing, man, if I could give a quick shout out, you understand, to all the brothers who went through Hebrew Academy and the I.S.U.P.K, because Salaki, I give that a hand, because you understand, I remember going through that, and you understand, like I was way up north at the time. You understand, I was hours away from all my other brothers, and I remember being out there, and one of the only motivations that I had was that I got to get through this training so that I can learn to protect my brothers. Understand? I got to
Right.
get through this training so that when it comes time to serve my brothers and be there for them, understand, I'll have the proper training. Understand? It's brotherhood in the I.S.U.P.K that keeps us together and strengthens the school. You understand? And those lessons that we learn, right? Even just a side note, like we got to be careful who we lay down with, because as a brother in the school, you got to understand that we're being tried through the fire. We're coming out as gold. You understand? We're coming out as something honorable. You understand? Brothers who are learning to actually serve one another, give to one another. You understand? You don't want to give that service to the wrong person. You understand? You don't want to bring the wrong people into your life where you understand they can be taken advantage of you. Right? Like the scriptures say, do good to the godly man. You understand? It's an order from the Most High not to be taken advantage of. You understand? And so as we learn to serve one another truly as Christ was teaching us, you understand? That's how you build a nation. You understand? We can't be going around teaching our kids to celebrate their birthdays, teaching them to be selfish bastards. Where is that going to get us? All right? It's a lot here.
You want to say anything else, Sean and Barker?
So Salaki, I do have some of those articles in the Bible tools. If you want me to get into any of that,
Yeah, go ahead, do your thing, Chris. Your thing, you got it, man.
it kind. So I'll share my screen on this. This is uh, this is a website called Bible Tools, right? Just giving some more information on what it is people are actually celebrating, what it is they're actually doing.
Before you go any further, Bible Tools is a good website. You understand that y'all could use for everything that concerning the Bible and everything. There's a lot of, you understand, topic on it, and some of them, a lot of them is not, you understand, but it's not like a biased site. You understand? You're gonna find, you understand, a lot of, you understand, like people, you understand, like author and people, you understand, that write, you understand. Let's say you searching for a subject, then you're gonna find a lot of people, you understand, a lot of information from different sources like this, you understand, that could, you understand, coincide of your study and everything. All right,
Con.
go ahead, go ahead,
Right.
Officer Sean.
So, Concert. So this is an article from Bible Tools, and the title of this article is "Celebrating Birthdays." Okay, the author of this was Martin G. Collins, written in March 1998. And jumping down to he gives a little information on the background of birthdays, right, and then he gets into his first topic, which is biblical examples. Right, these are examples of birthdays in the Bible. Let me zoom in a little bit. Right, he goes on to write the biblical notes only two birthday celebrations. Right, it says the Bible notes only two birthday celebrations, one in the Old Testament and one in the New. It should be
Oh,
instructive
so
to review. Come on, go ahead.
no, go ahead. Ask my question after.
Oh, come on, come on. Right? It says the Bible notes only 2 birthday celebrations. Right? In the whole Bible, it says one in the Old Testament and one in the New. It should be instructive to review them because the way the Bible colors events indicates God's thoughts on a matter. And something I always find interesting about this is that, you know, Christians, they love to run with, they'll see Easter written down once in the entire Bible. They'll see Holy Ghost written once in the entire Bible, right? Or maybe it's 1 or 2 times in the Bible, right? They'll celebrate birthdays when it's only spoken about 2 times in the Bible.
Right.
But when you ask a Christian, who's the nation of Israel, they're looking at you sideways. Stand that word Israel is in the Bible damn near 3,000 times. All throughout the Bible, but no Christians ever heard of the nation of Israel. Right? It says, though the subject of birthday celebrations is never broached directly, it is mentioned as a detail in 2 negative vignettes. We find the first occurrence in Genesis chapter 40 in the account of the dreams of Pharaoh's butler and baker.
Okay.
Right? It says, after hearing these men's dreams, Joseph tells them that within 3 days, the king will restore the butler to his office, but hang the baker. On the 3rd day, which was Pharaoh's birthday, the king did just as Joseph had predicted. The day ended badly, not only with the death of the baker, but also with Joseph having to languish in prison for another 2 full years. You understand? And something interesting about this, Christians, right? It's like the first mention we have of birthdays in the Bible, God's people are not celebrating their birthdays. You understand? This is the culture of another nation. Right? This is the culture of the Egyptians. Right? You look through all the archaeology over in Egypt, you see how the pharaohs put themselves up as gods. Right? You see their statues. Right? You see their carvings on the pyramids all throughout Egypt. Right? And as Officer Baraka Allah brought out earlier, right? This was a culture of the Persians, the Greeks, the Romans, right? The Egyptians. This is their culture. What does it say in the book of Jeremiah? It says, not to practice the ways of the heathen. That's an order from God. Officer Adior has been bringing out all class. We're going to prove to you today that you are not allowed to celebrate birthdays according to God.
Salak, yeah, other one.
Khan.
I just want to pull a precept, if I may.
Khan, go ahead.
You understand? Which is Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways.
Choose what?
Choose none of his ways.
Right.
None of his ways. You want to break that down, Barack?
Oh, God. The other one, if I may, right? First of all the nations that are not Israelites were oppressing us at some point. For those who are not in, for lack of better words, on top of the world, or in power, or being the superpower right now anymore. You understand? They all oppress us at some point, whether it's the Persian, the Greco-Roman Empire, the Egyptians. You understand? So our oppressor, or so-called slave master, right? Basically, we should not partake in anything that they do. We should not take on any piece of their culture or custom. Basically, that's the Most High told us to not follow after our oppressors, to not envy them. Meaning, you see them having fun during their birthday parties, You understand? Just like we read earlier, right? During the Egyptians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians were celebrating the birthday of the gods, of kings, and of nobles. Basically, of so-called deities and so-called, rich people, the aristocracy, right? So just because you see them having fun, gathered together, drink, drinking until drinking until they pass out, you understand, having orgies, right? Being sexual deviants, you understand, gifting and receiving gifts. Instead, don't be jealous of it. First of all, you're not even supposed to be a sexual deviant. And those gifts are like offering they make unto a God that is not your God. You understand? Don't exalt yourself as a God, and do not worship someone who exalts himself or herself as a God. You understand? Don't give in to your lust. You understand? Just like the General Muhammad keeps saying, you understand? You you partake in all those so-called holy days, holidays, whatever the case is. You partake in that because it makes you feel good. You get high off of that good feeling. You understand? Give up that drug of just feeling good and having fun. You understand? You can gather there's like 365 days in a year, but you're waiting for that specific day to have a celebration. You understand? That specific day that is against the most high, right? Like like my father keeps telling me, I understand we should not celebrate birthdays, but birthdays is like, it's like you have an extra year. I'm like, listen, I told my dad, you're not born every day. Every year, you're not reborn. You understand? There is nothing to celebrate. It should just be a day like another. If this day is not listed in Leviticus chapter 23, you understand? There is nothing to observe, to celebrate, especially not, give offering to one another. You understand? Because listen, how can you say a birthday is special when someone is born every day? You understand? It's like, are you gonna start partying every single day and make offerings to every single person that is born the next day? Just to show you that Christians don't make no sense and are just lunatics. Salakia. Kawakan. People are born every day. Right. Just like outside they already say, people are born every day. So you're gonna start celebrating a birthday every single day of the year? You understand? The Most High said again in Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31, envy not the oppressor. We should not be jealous of what they do because, you understand? We should not be jealous of them disobeying the Most High. It's like smoking a cigarette. Yes, and when we watch them smoke a cigarette, you want to smoke a cigarette. Why? Because now you're going to be the cool kid. You understand? There is nothing cool about disobeying the Most High. There's nothing glorious about disobeying the Most High. You're a selfish bastard and a selfish female dog if you do that. Why? Right. Because it's all about you. It's all about you receiving gifts. It's all about you partying. You want all the attention. You want to be the center of the attention on a specific day. That's what a birthday is all about. You want people to worship you. That's what a birthday is all about. You understand? In the I.S.U.P.K, you keep saying that we are brainwashed. Well, guess what? Yes, I am brainwashed because I washed all that dirtiness from my mind that I had from the world. We washed it off. You understand? We gave a new meaning to being brainwashed. Because when you see on TV, when you see the other cultures, making celebrations, worshiping other god, a rock, a fat Chinese man, you understand, some East Indian transgender smoking weed with dreads, you think it's cool. You think, you're curious. You want to do the same thing they do. You understand? But we're not supposed to do that. Right? Don't envy the oppressor. Don't get a high. Don't wait for one specific day to get a high and to indulge in debauchery. You understand? Follow to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and don't envy your oppressor and choose none of his ways. Meaning, there's some people say, "Well, I don't celebrate Halloween no more. I don't celebrate Christmas no more. Good night. I don't even celebrate my own birthday no more. But I'll celebrate my kid's birthday because I'll do it for the kids." You understand? You're not doing it for the kids. You're doing it for yourself. because you want to feel like I did something for my kid that made them feel good.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Damn the kid feeling good. If the kid has to suffer for this, for obeying, you understand, the laws and the commandments of the Most High, let him suffer. Like, it's like the other one. If I'm just paraphrasing, right? In First John, chapter 5, verse 3, right? The love of God is to follow His commandments, and His commandments are not grievous. You understand? If it's too hard for you to stop eating pork, it's too hard for you, you know, to not be the center of attention. You understand? You're just an evil bastard and a selfish female dog. So you're a selfish bitch. You understand? That's all it is. If you really love the Most High, you understand? If just like the Christians claim they do, you really love the Most High, you're gonna stop celebrating your birthday. You're gonna stop eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster. You understand? You're gonna stop being a whore and a whoremonger. If you love the Most High, you're gonna stop being selfish. You understand? Salaki, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm just going. You understand? I'm gonna give you back the floor. I don't want Salakia.
Khan, no sweat that. Khan, I appreciate that. Right, everything that all the officers bringing out today, right, is so heavy. Right, so heavy, and it's important for our people to understand what we're saying. Right, coming to these classes are so important. Right, learning the truth of the Bible, learning where these different customs come from. Right, like Officer Adia said earlier, you ask somebody who's celebrating a birthday, right? Ask them, right, where did this come from? And a Christian can't answer that, right? So we're getting over the time. Let me jump to 2 scriptures really quick. If you could, Brock, grab these 2 scriptures for me really quick, and then we'll end up the class. If you could grab 1 John 3 and 4, and hold Exodus 20 and 3. All right, Exodus 20 and 3. We'll get these 2 verses, and then we'll end up the class. All right? Right, we are going to prove without a shadow of a doubt, you understand, that birthdays go against God. Right? Officer Brock Olive was just breaking down, like, we can't celebrate the ways of our oppressor. We can't celebrate the ways of the heathen, the ways of the Egyptians, the ways of the Romans. All these things are not your culture, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. That's why it's so important to understand who you are. You understand? You are a child of God. You are an Israelite according to the Bible. You have a culture. You have a nation. You come from a family. You come from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You are that chosen lineage. You understand? The people that God loves. We got to understand these things. Right? Brock, if you could grab 1 John 3 and 4. Read that when you got it.
Karawakan. Salakia.
All right, we'll go to the New Testament, and then we'll go to the Old.
Here's the book of 1 John, chapter 3, verse 4. Whosoever committed sin, transgressed.
Right, whosoever, Christians, you love to pull that up. Whosoever, everybody. Whosoever, whoever you are. Keep reading.
Kamakan. Transgresseth the law.
Transgresseth the law. Read.
For sin is a transgression of the law.
That's what sin is according to the Bible. That's what sin is according to the New Testament that every Christian loves to read out of. Sin is a transgression of God's laws. Y'all are going around saying that what I'm saved by sin, or I'm saved by what do they say? I'm saved from my sins. Something like that.
They're saying I'm saved by grace or some stupidness like that.
God.
Somebody in the chat.
You understand? Christians running around, I'm not a sinner anymore. I believe in Jesus. We're not supposed to sin according to God. We're not supposed to sin according to the Bible. We're not supposed to transgress God's laws. What does it mean to transgress? To break. That's not how we are supposed to live our lives. Right? Go ahead and read the next precept, Barak.
Okay, you said Exodus chapter 20, verse 3.
Come.
Exodus chapter 20, verse 3. Thou shalt have no other gods before me.
God, and this is in the law, Christians. This is in the law. This is what the Most High is ordering you, to have no other gods before me. You're not allowed to worship yourself as a god. You're not allowed to worship your friend as a god. You're not allowed to celebrate birthdays. That is in the Bible. That is a transgression of God's laws, to celebrate the day somebody was born, or celebrate the day you came out of your mother's womb. You understand?
Salakia, one, if I may.
Khan, go ahead.
Some people go as far as celebrating the birthday of their pets. They make a whole birthday cake for their dog.
Good,
you understand? They spoil their pets on a specific day, Ottawa.
Right.
And good night. Imagine celebrating. Good night. The dog doesn't see. That's just to show how stupid and lunatics Christians are. The dog don't even know what day it is. The dog don't see. Oh, today we're the 25th of August.
Meanwhile,
understand? Come on.
Meanwhile, they would not give a goddamn dime to the fucking to the Native Indians.
Damn right.
Understand the reservation.
Like,
they won't give a goddamn dime to those Native Indians. You understand that's in downtown, at water, or anywhere you understand in your city. They won't give a dime to those Native Indians for celebrate the dog or the animal, the cat birthday.
Come on. Just to show how stupid Christians are. How you gonna celebrate the day of an animal? You know, the birthday of an animal that doesn't even know, like, he doesn't even know if next week is when is next week. And saying for the dog, the sun comes up, the sun comes down. It's day and night. That's it.
Right.
The dog doesn't even know, like, the dog doesn't even know it's his birthday or whatever stupidness it is. And saying some people celebrate the day of a fish. And the birthday of a fish, the birthday of a lizard, the birthday of whatever pets they have, they will celebrate. It's just how stupid and lunatics Christians are. They don't even know that they're stupid. That's why we say Christianity is the worst drugs ever. Christianity is worse than crack. Crackheads, you understand? Dope fiends, they know they have a drug problem. But Christians don't know that Christianity is an issue. They don't understand. They cannot fathom that being a Christian is not a good thing, or a Catholic or Baptist or whatever the denomination they use. They cannot fathom that, you understand, they are in the wrong and they don't actually believe in Jesus. They do not worship the Most High.
Yeah.
They don't even understand that Christianity is white supremacy. It's a lock, the other one.
Yeah, that's it. Like Officer Eddie said earlier, we know what we worship. You understand? We worship the God of the Bible. Right? These people out here celebrating, worshiping their animal's birth. Right? You black folk, you Uncle Tom Negroes, worshiping Martin Luther King Day, his birthday, like it was something special. You understand? All of these things are against God. You understand? All of these things are evil in the sight of the Most High.
Right.
Right? And so with that, we're over the time, so we're going to end tonight's class. All right, this was Saturday night scripture breakdown class. We're going to end the class. Brock, you want to say anything else?
The white man's a goddamn devil the Bible speaks of, and stop following after your oppressor's ways.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we're going to give the security announcements. If you could, Brock, put the sign-out links in the chat for me.
Come on.
All right, we're going to do the I.S.U.P.K security announcements, and then we'll salute out. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They're here to show themselves to the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can read about it in Numbers 18, verse 21, in the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 to 10. Ma'ashra means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, please give. Upcoming holy convocations. We have the memorial of blowing of trumpets, which is on Friday.
Salakia, other one.
Khan.
We have the Feast of First Fruits coming up.
Yeah, Khan, Salakia. The next feast, upcoming feast, we have Feast of First Fruits, which is Sunday, where you count 50 days from Sunday, April 9th, 2023, which will be on Monday, May 29th of 2023. You can read about it in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verses 10 to 22. With that said, if any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headband, and scarf. All right, with that said, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the brothers and one courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israelite Majim, which means stand in the Hebrew. We're going to give one courtesy salute to the brothers. Men of Israelite Majim Shabbat. Majim, Barak, Yahweh
Hashem Yahushai Brakatam.
Yad Yamatah, which means hands down. Sar, turn and face the sisters. If any sisters are in your presence, we're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, and Majim, Barak, Yahweh Shema,
Al-Tan Ba'Hashem Yahushai.
Yad Yamatah, class dismissed.